Alright, so this is where I'm going to leave off for today. This is the Patches Nissan Hardbody Head Gasket Repair series, and I've actually kind of run into a little bit of a snag here. It's nothing major, it's just parts procurement, I guess. We're back in parts buying mode. Yeah. Cam bearing caps, those look terrible. I'm not putting those back into service, especially with my nice clean head. Yeah, those are not very happy at all. I'm not very happy with it at all either. The center cap's okay, but the outer ones are all fugged. So the cam is dropped in. It needs to be pulled down into the housing in order for the cam gear to be lined up. So I dressed it. That's what you're seeing on it here is this stuff. This is I've been using this for decades. This is Lubriplate 105. It's assembly lube, and all I did was just coat the living bejeebus out of it. This stuff will dissolve in oil, and so it's not going to clog anything. It's a petroleum base, so as soon as oil gets on it, it runs a little bit. It'll clean right up, and it'll come out with a oil change. But this will prevent it from rusting in the meantime, and when I go to crank it over, it's not bare metal to metal. So yeah, I've used this stuff since my old Toyota days, which was more than 20 years ago now. Well, I think I left Toyota, the Toyota dealer, 20 years ago. So yeah, but yeah, I'm not going to put those bearing caps in, and because of that, I'm not going to be putting the rocker arms on today or the timing gear, which is a little unfortunate, but that happens. That's the nature of the beast. So I decided to work around it a little bit, and I put the new water pump on. That was 5 bolts. That was done. And I put in a new 170-degree thermostat in it. So that was 3 bolts. That was done. So the head's on. The head's torqued. Cam's in place. I haven't done anything else. And so I think I've gone as far as I can go for today. And I think I'm going to take a break and enjoy the rest of my afternoon. And I want to thank you guys for tuning in. If there's anything else you guys have any questions on, please don't hesitate to let me know. Yeah, getting there. I think I'm going to try and go into the used market and find some caps. I don't really care about the condition of what they are, as long as they don't look like what I just showed you, because that's terrible. Yeah, I just don't want to. I don't want to put metal shavings all through my nice clean cylinder head and then have it end up looking like this or worse. Yeah, I'm not even going to deal with the intake manifold today. I'm tapped out. I'm tired. I'm going to go and get washed up and done for the evening. But I think I made a lot of headway, and I'm quite pleased for what I have. I swore I had some main bearing or some cam bearing caps floating around somewhere, but apparently during the emergency move from my previous house, I must have scrapped them along with a few other things that I thought I brought with me, but they're all gone. Maybe someday I'll just run into them and be like, oh, that's where they went. But when you're in a pinch and you're trying to find it, that's I don't have the time to wait for them to just kind of appear out of nowhere. So that's it. That's as far as we've gotten with the head gasket job. As I said, with the bolts, you torque them to 22 pounds, then 58 pounds, doing a crisscross pattern across the head. Once you get them up to 58 pounds, you loosen them all back up to 0, and then you start the sequence all over again, crisscross, 22 pounds, and then up to 61 pounds. Now, if you have an angle gauge, it's about 80 degrees that you got to add on to it, because these are torque to yield bolts. So now that they're in position and they're torqued, if I go to take this head off again, these bolts are done. So, and I can see where somebody would have gotten lazy in the back. It's not easy to get to the back bolts with I use an actual torque wrench like this, so I can see the numbers in real time, as opposed to waiting for a click. so I can actually see what the number is as I'm turning it. So, but it's a pain in the ass because that doesn't ratchet. So you're constantly trying to find the next hex head position. And somebody probably just got lazy and decided not to do it. Or my second thought is that they just torqued them down with their hands and didn't even try and do this actual sequence, and just tightened them down and said, here you go, it's back into business, because people do things on the cheap, and that obviously came to burn them in the end. So yeah, I wish I had found this truck a little sooner, so I could have rescued it a little bit, but you know, too late. Thanks for watching. See ya.